we go. So, what happens to those who say Muhammad is not white?
Well, we see this quote in Ibn Musa. It says, Ahmed ibn Abu Sulaiman, the companion of Sa'd said, anyone who says that the Prophet was black should be killed.
Anyone who says that Muhammad is black should be killed, according to their own tradition.
Right, I looked into this quotation a few years ago. I acquired the book and wrote a brief blog post on this, just countering some of the spin that Islamophobes were imparting on this quote. But before discussing all that, let's inject some real irony into proceedings here. There's a new article on QuranAnswers.me which discusses this. And what one can see here is the individual who makes this comment, he came about 400 years after the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and he lived in a Muslim community in Europe, Spain. This is a direct quotation. He was in Europe, and surrounding countries were those of Europeans. Why would one say that the Prophet was black? The enemies of Islam have always insulted the Messenger of God, and this was one of their many insults. Some of you may have put two and two together here. Okay, wait for it. I hope you're sitting down here. The irony is immense. It seems that the Christians of Europe, of Spain, were seemingly using that slur, calling the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, black, in order to insult Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. They were using it as a slur. So the irony here is you have two Christian missionaries at Speaker's Corner absolutely oblivious to the fact that the quotation that they are trying to spin in order to make Muslims out to be racist is in actuality saying that the Christians of Europe were being racist towards the Muslims at that time.
In Ibn Musa, it says, Ahmed ibn Abu Sulaiman, the companion of Sa'd said, anyone who says that the Prophet was black should be killed.
Anyone who says that Muhammad is black should be killed.
I'll leave you with a quotation from Ash-Shifa, one of Islam's most popular and respected books on Muhammad's life and teachings. Ahmed ibn Sulaiman, Sahnun's companion, said that whoever says that the Prophet was black is killed. The Prophet was not black. Calling Muhammad a black man was a death penalty.
So it has no bearing on Islam. Muhammad never said that if you said he was black, that there's some kind of death penalty for it. Of course, number one, the Quran never says any such thing. So you're not making any point. That's not necessarily the opinion of any, it's not the opinion of anything. It carries no weight.
And the Almighty curses Kham. He tells us that Kham is going to have a very unusual destiny, and that is because Kham has shown such disrespect that the children of Kham, which is Canaan came out of Kham, will always be in servitude to the children of Shem. It's a tragedy, but the former South African government, which was a Christian country, and of course a racist country, how could they have both? Many also Christian white supremacists have used this verse to say Chum is referring to the black race. That's why the blacks must be in subjugation to the white man. And this was the verse, Genesis 9:26.